The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online,
where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock.
Learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. We're pretty sure she's using ChatGPT to get her information.
That's what I always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
But don't bring it up. It's Betty Rock with Newsish on The Wally Show.
I'm going to bring it up. ChattyG, better known as ChatGPT, is my bestie.
You use it a lot. You pay for a subscription. I don't know anybody that does, but you do. But I'm frustrated when it locks me out after like 5 tries at something.
Yeah, exactly. When you pay for it, you don't get 5 tries.
Limitless.
You get limitless. Yeah, exactly. Well, I found this whole thing because I was wondering, like, what do people use ChattyG for? Am I the only one that uses it what I use it for?
It's interesting, too, because they say like older adults use it like Google. They ask it questions that they used to Google, but now they use ChatGPT, and you're like, you're not getting the most out of it. I'm like, it's better because you don't have to search through all the Google responses.
Exactly. So if you use ChattyG for anything, and you might be wondering, well, am I not using it to its full potential? Here are the top 3 things that most people use it for, and that is summarizing long written content.
You taught me that.
Yes. So Wally and I, when we get in the morning, we create these newses. We have to write it all out, but sometimes the articles are so long, so you just plug in the website and say, give me the bullet points, and it does it.
Oh, real
You're
quick.
ready to
You
go.
plug in the website?
Yeah.
Oh, I copy and paste it all into there.
Oh, the whole article?
The whole article. I
No.
run that thing down, I copy and paste.
No, just put the web. Yeah.
You've saved me even more time.
Exactly.
I had no idea.
I'm here to help.
Dadgum.
Another thing that people use it for is finding recipes from limited ingredients. When you find yourself at home and the family's asking, what are we going to have for dinner?
Oh, interesting.
You can say, okay, we have these couple of things. What can I make from it? Yeah. And then finally, diagnosing a medical situation.
Oh,
now,
don't do it.
Yeah, we have found situations where that is not the best. You should get with a doctor because ChattyG doesn't always get it right.
It always tells you you're dying. Like it just you're like, it's like, man, I have this wicked hangnail. What would be a great way to get rid of that? And then you type it in there, and it's like, don't bother getting rid of it because you'll be dead in an hour. Like, okay, thanks, ChattyG.
So then I got even more curious. I was like, well, let's break it down by gender. What do women use ChattyG for, and what do men use it for? And boy,
Big difference?
Yes, and it checks out.
Okay.
So for women, when it comes to ChattyG, we use it for personal and social scenarios. Pretty much like therapy. Like, this happened between me and my friend. What does that mean? Or plugging in like screenshots of text messages and saying, what are they trying to say?
I would never in a million years go to AI for that. Never. Like, that would not even enter my consciousness.
Interesting.
Are you doing this with me? Oh my gosh.
I use ChattyG all the time. Like I said, me and him are besties. Yeah. So then when it comes to men, what do they use ChattyG for? Well, they mainly use it to settle debates.
Yeah.
They want to win.
Of course.
So, like, I know I've heard you say that you and your wife will get into these debates about who's right.
Yeah.
And so most men go to ChattyG and they're like, here's the situation, who's right?
Love that.
No,
that makes sense.
The relationships are not built on who's right. You need to love the person in spite of that.
You have a relationship with ChatGPT.
Okay.
Like that,
you know what? You don't need to be pointing fingers.
Yeah, okay.
We're not here to point fingers.
Somehow I have a feeling she's going to enter this conversation into ChattyG.
Already typing it in.
Yes. Uplifting WayFM, it's the Wally Show. Christine, thanks for being on with us. So Betty Rock is a ChatGPT guru. She loves it. Do you use ChatGPT?
I do.
Okay, now how do you use it? Because I basically use it like Google because it's just faster to find things and it's more concise.
So I watch a lot of true crime, and sometimes some things come up there, and I'm like, I don't even think that's possible that somebody did that way. And so I'll type into ChattyG, is it possible to kill somebody doing blah, blah, blah?
Wow.
That's so
And
dark.
then I realized that's probably not the best look. So I have just started, like, typing in, hey, I read this article or I saw this show, and this is the premise. That's fake, right? Then I still get my answer, but there's no eyes on me, probably.
Yeah, because the first prompt you typed in, that one, when they read it back in court at your hearing, is going to be pretty, condemning.
Also, side note, Christine, it sounds like you and I could be besties.
Yes.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. And I have some friends that their daughter is getting married, and she was telling me some of the things they're going through and how things have changed, like in wedding traditions and stuff over time. Things morph and evolve, but there are some things you think, oh, that should always be in there, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's apparently not. So I went through and I did a little research, a little digging to see if this was crazy or not. And I found this thing about outdated wedding traditions. And so things that brides aren't really doing as much anymore. This one, I wish I had known earlier. The bride's family pays for everything. Hey! Hey! That would have been a really good tradition to break. I would have loved to have broken that bad boy.
Right? I always think about that with parents, like especially dads when they are told, you have a daughter.
Yeah.
Like, do they instantly start thinking about how much is this going to cost
The
me?
day she was born. That was one of my first thoughts. She is adorable. I love her. Oh my gosh, she's going to be expensive.
Daddy!
I know. That was her first words. And they weren't like, Dad. They were, Daddy!
Money, please.
That's exactly it. Her second words. So they say these days everyone's chipping in. You have to bring a gift to the wedding. Like I always do that, I thought, but most people just want money now.
Yeah.
Or they want gifts sent ahead.
Yeah.
Because like now when you order something off Amazon for somebody, it's off their registry, it sends it right to them.
Right.
So weird,
Yeah.
honestly. The bridesmaids must match.
Yes, I have started to see this. I was in
37 weddings.
I was like close to 11, I think, weddings. And there were some where, we all had to wear the same dress. But the thing is that every woman has a different body type. Some of us feel comfortable in one thing while others feel comfortable in another. And then you can just say, well, it's in this color palette.
Yes.
And then that works.
I've seen that too. Like one of our friends' daughters got married and everyone had a different dress, like different cut, different everything. But you're right; they just stay in this ballpark,
right?
Which was good actually. This one is interesting that wedding parties split by gender. Like you have your bridesmaids and your groomsmen, but there are people that like, hey, my best friend happens to be a woman, you know, and so they want her to stand on her side, or vice versa, you know, like some girl has a guy best friend, and so they put him on that side. So there's a lot of these rules that aren't rules. They're tradition, but they're not rules anymore. So here's what I'm curious about, okay? Maybe you are planning your wedding right now, and you might be fighting with your mom or your mother-in-law about some of these rules that you're like, I want to do this. It's my wedding, mommy! And so you like, I want to do this. I know it breaks tradition, but this is what we're doing. It's my day! My special day! Oh my God. You don't have to say it like that, and I won't say it like that with you. But I'm just curious if you're in that place, or maybe you already got married and you already broke one of these traditions. So 855-33 Way FM, Bridezillas need apply.
No, not Bridezillas, because sometimes it can be a mother-in-law-zilla.
Okay, that is very true.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that, but it's very true. 855-33 Way FM. So what do you think is a tradition that is kind of going by the wayside there, Kelly?
As a wedding planner in Southwest Florida, we actually see a spin on only the father of the bride getting an honorary. And now we're doing honorary traditions for the mother of the bride by preserving a bouquet pre-wedding and dedicating to her on the day.
But no, stop. But just stop for a second.
What?
Why can the father not have one moment? Like, this is the thing. Like, okay, I got the daddy-daughter dance. Yeah. I lived for that. It was great.
Then that's your thing.
I wrote a song for it and everything, so it would be special. And like that was it. I get stuck with the bill. Like I'm the one that gets to say, "Hey, who gives her away? Her mother and I." Like, let me have a moment.
It sounds like you've already got a lot going on for you.
I know, but then now you got wives and moms like horning in on this. Come on, man.
Because Wally, honestly, besides the bride and her planner, the mom's doing everything else, so she deserves a moment.
All right, I'm not going to argue with that. I was kind of eye candy.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, this is Kara from Hopetown, Florida. I support Way FM for helping me transform into a woman of God. 2 years ago, I found myself completely in addiction, leaving my kids, and I ended up in jail. I had one of those little radios, and the only station that I decided to turn to when I surrendered to God was Way FM. I took the Way FM challenge to only listen to it for a week, and it turned out to be the only station I've listened to for the past 2 years. I have 2 years sober now. I am with my kids. I started my own cake company. So there is no other ministry I would rather support besides my Way FM and just all the good Christian people that have supported me and helped me in my life.
When I hear people's stories like that, I'm always hopeful because I love God restoring people because we all make mistakes, and sometimes we think our mistakes disqualify us from His love and, from ever being redeemed, and nothing could be farther from the truth. And her story is great. And I love that I still hear from her. Like, I still hear from Kara, and she's still doing well,
Awesome.
And so, that's it, man. That's life change. That's the change that Jesus can make in somebody's life. And sometimes they don't even know it, and then they encounter Him through a radio of all things, which is crazy. And so when we do our support drives and we ask people to support this, that's the why. Because this doesn't exist without people saying, hey, this is important to me and my family. Oh, and I can share it with people too. I'd love to help out with that. And that's what we're asking people to do right now as we are building our People's Challenge. This will be the first challenge we use during our support drive. It will kick off support drive next Friday, bright and early on the first break of the day. And it's determined by you. Like, how much and how big will this challenge be? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But we end this tomorrow. So now time is of the essence to see if we can make this thing grow exponentially here in this next few hours.
So if you're one of those people that you enjoy Support Drive, you love hearing all the stories of people's lives being changed for the better because of what God is doing through the ministry of Way FM, then why not get ahead of all of this and be a part of the People's Challenge, doing your best single gift, whatever amount that is? Because like Wally was saying, this could get as massive as we want it to get, but it takes you texting the word give to 91979. That's give, G-I-V-E, to 91979. When you do that, I'm going to text you back with a link. You just click that link and it'll take you straight to where you can give your best single gift, whatever amount that is, towards the People's Challenge.
And here's why it's so important, because these challenges, when we issue them, like on the first day of support drive, a lot of times they get doubled or more than that in like an hour's time. And so the work that we do now can pay off huge next week. So if you'd like to get involved with that, man, you are so needed. And just thank you for considering this and for considering helping out your Way FM right now. Text the word give to 91979 if you want to be part of this. And maybe in this next few songs, if we could get like 10 people that will say, okay, I got you. I'll do that $100 gift, like a single gift of $100. 10 people doing that, man,
yes.
We move this needle faster. We put it in the pot, and all of a sudden, if we do this every hour, all of a sudden, man, we've got something big next week. So if you love the ministry of Way FM, it matters to you like it does to Kara, would you consider getting involved right now? Text the word give to 91979. I think to survive, we compartmentalize our lives. Everything has a box and we kind of put things in there. You've got school or you've got work or you've got church. But the reality is our faith colors everything that we do. That's one of the things I really liked when I was teaching at Colorado Christian University. Faith had to be integrated into the business classes or whatever the class was. It was a fundamental part of the education as a whole. And I think that's how we change the world.
When I was going to CCU, as a student, I was thinking, how are they going to incorporate the Bible into math? And somehow they made it happen. All CCU online courses are designed for busy adults, and most courses, they're only 5 weeks long. So you can take one class at a time and still have time to enjoy your life.
I know I wrote papers at a campground one time, so it wasn't crazy once you get the system down. So that's why if you want to continue your education, both Betty and I highly recommend Colorado Christian University.
It's never too late to pursue your passion. Take the first step today and visit online.ccu.edu. CCU is a nonprofit impact partner.
We don't have a lot of rules here.
Rule number 5 is have fun. Yeah, I think we can all handle that one.
It's News-ish on The Wally Show.
All right, Betty Rock, let's play a little Jeopardy, okay? Remember, your answers need to be in
what
the
is
form
okay?
of a question. Good job, you're in. Okay, maybe I think you're going to do well here. If all good things must come to an end, Jamie Ding will be looking for a new hobby after losing on this game show.
Jamie Ding.
Yeah.
On this game show.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Jeopardy, so what is Jeopardy?
Would seem obvious if that was the answer.
I need it to be obvious. Let's be honest.
Well, we're playing Jeopardy for Dummies. You got it!
Yay!
Nicely done!
I did
Nicely done. We should start a bit that's called Jeopardy for Dummies, inspired by you, and then it's all just obvious answer stuff. Jamie Ding finally lost, bringing his winning streak of 31 games to an end.
Wow.
But he pocketed over $800K.
Woo!
But I like how he went out. He realized mathematically that even if he wagered everything, he could not win because he was kind of getting trounced, and he admitted that. And so he could not win. So for his answer on Final Jeopardy, he just wrote TTFN. Do you know what that stands for?
Thanks to... That's all, folks. No, I don't know.
That's close. You're in the right. You're in the right ballpark with cartoons.
Talk to you later. No. I don't know.
Okay. It's ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
That's it. Okay, good. So round 2 of Jeopardy for Dummies. Betty, who famously said ta-ta for now?
Who is Bugs Bunny?
No, wrong ecosphere.
Oh, who is Mickey Mouse?
Okay, getting closer.
Who is Goofy?
Still closer.
Who is Pluto? Who is Minnie Mouse? Who is Donald Duck?
They do not give you this many options on Jeopardy. But on Jeopardy for Dummies, we do. It's actually Tigger who said that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's only number 5 on the list, though, winning those 31 wins.
Tigger?
No, Jamie Ting. Round 3, Jeopardy for Dummies, Betty. This man got his job hosting Jeopardy, presumably because his 74 wins.
Yes. Who is...
You got this.
I can see his face.
Yep.
Kevin?
It starts with a K, but it's not Kevin.
Kyle?
Not Kyle.
Kevin? What did I say?
You just said Kevin.
I'm not good at this.
When you sound it out, it doesn't help. Kevin? No, that's wrong. Kevin? No, that's wrong too. No, Ken. Ken Jennings.
Oh, Ken Jennings.
Yeah. Ken Jennings.
That's right.
He also won $2.5 million and had 74 wins.
Dang.
Well, this is where Betty's winning streak on Jeopardy for Dummies comes to an end at none. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and I have to go in for a little surgery because they're putting me completely out. But it's outpatient, so
minor.
Yeah, minor. That's not a big deal. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it. Like, I'd rather do anything else today than this.
He wasn't counting down the days.
No. There is part of it because basically it's a kidney stone surgery. I've had kidney stones my whole life, and recently I have one on my left and one on my right, and then a couple floating around in my kidneys like a Yahtzee cup.
Like 11 of them.
Yeah, and so I got a lot. And so, but there are 2 that are stuck. And so they need to go in and fix that.
A 7mm and a 5mm.
Yeah.
Big twins.
Yeah, not fun. Mm-hmm. So, am I nervous about it? Not particularly. I'm a little unnerved by it because the last time I had some kind of surgery years and years and years ago is when I found out that I have a thing called pseudocholinesterase deficiency, which reverses anesthesia when they paralyze you and my body shuts down and I have to go to ICU.
Ooh.
So I found that out.
Okay.
Great. So I know that. So we can like
take that off the table.
Yeah. So now they know that. They go, okay, let's not kill him. And
right,
so
right.
I'm really happy about that.
Right.
But then as I started thinking about it, like, when I was kind of praying about it, I don't think I'm really good at praying for myself. You know?
I get that.
Like, and I'm not the person that prays, okay, God, make the doctor, have steady hands and be clear, because they're professionals. They come to work to do their job. Like, I don't think they're like all of a sudden God's going to be like, oh, you're super distracted. Boom, I'm going to make you not distracted. I mean, maybe that's how he works. I don't know. But I don't pray on that level, kind of thing. And so I was trying to pray about it. And words just weren't like, I'm like, I pray better for other people than I do for myself.
Yeah.
So I found myself praying for my daughter in this because my daughter wigs out over medical stuff. And so I was like, Lord, give her comfort, give her peace. and be with her, let her know everything's gonna be okay, kind of, and if it's not, if something goes weirdly wrong, because that's my life, be with her.
Well, maybe as you're praying for your daughter, you could also be praying for the doctor.
Yeah.
Say, give him a good day.
Yeah.
Give him a happy day.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. It's just, I just don't know how to pray for this.
Yeah, I get it.
For myself. It's weird. Like, have you ever been in that place and maybe struggled through it? Maybe somebody said, oh, well, here, pray like this, or this is how you can pray for yourself in a situation, because it just feels weird to me. So 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. And don't think I'm not going to recite the sinner's prayer one last time before I go on there. Just a little insurance policy there. 855-33-WAY-FM. I'd love to get your thoughts on this right now. How do you pray about something for yourself,
One of the things that I discovered, and through some counseling, some men's groups I was in, is that I really need to pray for myself and to ask for the graces of peace, of patience, because in order to pass those on to those around me, I need to have God give them to me first.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I'm not super nervous about it, because it seems pretty routine, but there's always that chance. And so it's in the back of my mind,
Absolutely.
What I'm about to throw up right now. Oh, gosh.
You're making him more nervous, Mike.
Yeah.
Stop
That's
it.
not helping.
Jeez.
No, it's the medicine that I had to take. Okay. So anyway, you know what? I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray for that right now. Actually, that at least this nausea will go away. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
How do you walk through that?
The last 2 months, I've had a crazy ride. I've been diagnosed with severe osteoporosis and breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
And I started off by praying for healing, but I never felt that sense of peace. So I switched gears and started praying for God's peace and trust in God and joy in all circumstances and kindness to be able to show God's love in what I'm going through.
I love that. Instead of like an outcome of like, oh, please don't make it hurt, because I know it's going to hurt. But like praying for like my attitude in that, so that I'll be a good reflection of God, especially as I'm coming out of anesthesia. That's the prayer. Lord, please, as I'm coming out of anesthesia, don't let me say anything stupid. You know I already struggle with filters, and I have a very few of them. So please don't let me say anything stupid. Thank you, Lori. That is a great prayer for today.
I'll be praying for you too.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you.
TMI for me means tell me immediately.
Here. It actually means today's Music Insider.
On The Wally Show.
If I was to build a Mount Rushmore of ladies in Christian music, it would have Tasha Layton, Katie Nicole, CeCe Winans, and Jamie McDonald on it. Big fans of
Great
all
selections.
of them. Yeah, and they're all very different in their ministries and in their music and stuff like that. And I love when you get to hear more about what made somebody who they are, because a lot of times you don't know it all, or sometimes people are a little guarded about what they start to share. Like Katie Nicole started coming out and talking really honestly about her anxiety and OCD and all the things that were messing with her for a lot of years, and I responded to that. I love that. We interviewed her and she was great. And then I learned some stuff about Jamie McDonald that I didn't know.
I ended up getting into drugs and alcohol, dropping out of high school. I was in and out of group homes, rescue mission shelters. So I called on the name of Jesus, and it was incredible to see all that darkness around me. As soon as I lifted my eyes to the light, it was like God was there all along, and I just wasn't looking.
I mean, she's so on point about that, because we talk about this thing about finding God. We always say, I've got to find God. I found God. And like we feel like it's this epic journey that we have to go on to seek him somehow, climbing the Himalayan mountains and ascending into a different state of consciousness, to find the Lord. And it's like, oh, he was right next to me. Weird.
Yeah, why are we like that?
I don't know.
So frustrating.
Yeah, but I respect her sharing that stuff. And I also like Darren from We Are Messengers, because he's one of the really honest people in this format. And, because he's like, yeah, a lot of people will share who they were and now what they've become. And sometimes what I've become is the perfect picture of them, but they're still not. And he's like, sharing who you were and who you are now is still important, because people need to know that, yes, God saved you, but like you're still a person, you still make mistakes, and so I love when people, especially Christian artists, are honest about that. I think that authenticity really, really lands with people, and that's the change, and that's the transformation that can take place in people's lives. So there you go. A little bit of backstory on Jamie McDonald, and that's going to do it for your TMI. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and sometimes people surprise you in the best way. Like you think you know someone or what they're about, but then they say or do something that's like, all right, I didn't see that coming. That surprises me. John Christ is a Christian comedian, and his stock and trade is obviously humor, but I found something from him that was serious and like actually really insightful.
I was watching a clip, and it was like, the only control God told you to have is self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. Not other control. Not control of your business, not control of your family, not control of your neighborhood, HOA. The one you got is yourself. What about what the Republicans are doing? Self. What about what the Democrats are doing? Self. What about my boss? Self. What about the Reels? Self. What about Twitter? Self.
I think it's a great reminder. I think we all forget that because we can't control what other people do, but we can control ourselves and our reaction to the other people.
And to me, this kind of feels like it's a great reminder because it can lift some weight off of your shoulders. Because I know, speaking from my own personal experience, there's a lot of times I feel like I need to control things outside of my control.
Sure, like me.
And it makes me anxious. It makes me angry because things aren't working how I want them to. But this is a good reminder that God isn't asking me to control those things.
Yeah.
He's asking me just to control myself.
I love that. And so here's what I'm curious about. What is that thing that you had to learn to give up control over? And that's hard because at some level, most of us are control freaks about something in our lives. There's something we want to maintain control over. And so what was that for you that you finally found, like Betty's talking about, that peace when you said, okay, I'm going to surrender this, God. I'm going to give you control of it. I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to literally give you control of this. And how did that feel when you actually were able to do that? Because you might be your example might be the thing that helps free somebody else up today as well. So that thing that you learned to give control over to God about. 855-33-WAY-FM. Love having you on the show with us. If you've ever wondered how people get on, that's how you do it. 855-33-WAY-FM. So what is that thing for you, Raquel, that you've had to learn to give up control over?
So I have two adult kids. They're 19 and 22. And my son went through a really hard time in high school where he was really struggling with his faith and with, some depression. And I had to really give up control of trying to fix him or trying to fix the situation. And I really felt like the Lord was just calling me to just pray, just be a praying mother. And 3 years later, I can see that that was absolutely what he was calling me to do because my son is doing better. Everything's not perfect, but God definitely worked in his life in his timing.
That is so hard too, because as a parent, you're like, I should be helping fix things and I need to be involved. That's my job, And so to sit back and go, okay, God, I guess this is your job and you're going to control the things that I can't.
Yeah, it was the hardest thing I probably ever had to do, but it worked out in God's plan.
What is that thing that you've struggled to give up control over?
Control over my son's drinking. He's an alcoholic.
Oh, how old is he?
He is going to be 35 this year.
How long do you think it's been going on?
Well, he left into the Navy when he graduated, and it started right then.
Oh, wow. That is so hard to sit back and have to watch someone kind of make mistakes that are not good for them. How do you do that as a mom? Like, how do you give control of that up? I don't know.
It's very hard, but I pray to God for everything, and I just asked him to take control of my son. And it is by God's grace that my son has given up drinking.
Oh, for real?
Yes. I had many years of sleepless nights and, honest to God, total fear in my life. And I just started praying to God that he would take control of my son, and he did.
Now, as a mom, when you were able to actually give up control of that to God, was there kind of a weird peace that came with it?
Absolutely. And the peace that came over me when I asked him to take control of my child was just so gratifying. It was amazing.
That's the crazy thing. We think that control is going to make us feel better, but actually when we learn to give up control to God, there's a much deeper peace that comes with that because we realize we can't control these outcomes. We can just control ourselves.
Absolutely. And you know what? We can't even control ourselves.
You know what? You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Uplifting Way FM. Proof that money and fame do not automatically equal common sense. The Rock Report.
With Betty Rock.
You won't find a bigger fan on reality TV that has to do with relationships than Wally. Wally is a big fan of 90 Day Fiancé, Love on the Spectrum, all the things.
I think it's because I don't have a lot of drama in my personal life. I love other people's drama.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. Well, I have a new show that you're probably going to be interested in. It's called Ring by Spring Break. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So have you heard about that decades-old phrase? It's mainly on Christian college campuses, ring by spring.
I have.
Meaning like there's this pressure of finding the love of your life before
in your
graduate.
first semester.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Hulu has capitalized on this, and they are coming out with a new show called Ring by Spring Break. So what it entails is they're going to take a bunch of Christian college students, and they're going to put them in a beach scenario, okay? And they're going to be on spring break in Cabo.
Oh, no.
And then they have to find the love of their life, I guess, with one of these contestants and get that ring by spring.
Okay, the thing that makes reality shows work is the drama. It's usually the one crazy girl who is just...
Why does it have to be a girl?
It just usually is. I'm sorry. There are stereotypes, but they're based in truth. Or the one macho guy who's just a meathead. Like, and they do dumb things. And that's why you watch it. This would be really sad for me if it's about Christian kids and they're saying, hey, these are Christian kids, but then they're acting anything but. Because that's what makes a drama reality show work, is all of that. And so to me, if it doesn't put the best foot forward, which it probably won't, I think that's sad and damaging to other people's perception of Christians. So that part of it, I don't like. Well, am I going to watch it? Yeah, obviously. But like at least the first episode to see what it's like.
Yeah, so it premieres June 18th if you're interested, and that is going to be on Hulu.
Did you audition for that? I can't remember.
Okay. I don't appreciate the tone. I don't appreciate your face and how it looks right now. No, I did not audition. I don't want to be on it.
Got turned down, huh? Yes.
Maybe.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and cancer is one of those things that touches so many lives. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody that didn't have a loved one, a friend, a relative, somebody that hadn't been affected by it, you know? But I'm always amazed at the strength, the character, the peace at the people that I've come across that are dealing with cancer. Like we were in small group the other night, and this lady was talking about another woman who is in a really big fight, and she talked about how amazing this woman is and how this woman is pointing people to God through this whole thing. My mother-in-law was like that. My mother-in-law, I mean, she fought hard. It was 7 years, and it was bad, you know. But man, she had the best attitude, and she kept telling people about Jesus the entire time. It was amazing. And so when you see somebody that's going through something like that, like your desire is to help them. How can I help you? What can we do? We want to make this easier on you. We know you're fighting this. I'm in it with you. What can we do? But the craziest thing about a lot of these cancer stories is the person that you are trying to help usually ends up helping you and inspiring you somehow, some way.
I think that has to be because our perspective changes when our life is in jeopardy. It's kind of like everything comes in focus, and we see how those little things in life maybe felt big, but then once we have a cancer scare, it's like those are so small. And then you start to see how big Jesus is. Yeah. And sadly, it takes something big like cancer to bring you to that way of thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's do this. I'd love to hear your stories of being inspired by somebody that you were trying to help. Now, it could be somebody that's battling cancer, because, I mean, there's just a lot of stories like that. You know, maybe you were trying to help some homeless person, or maybe you were trying to do this, or trying to help somebody somewhere. But as you went through that process, they ended up helping you and inspiring you more than you ever saw coming. 855-33-WAY-FM. I love these kind of stories. I love when you share them. We love having you on the show with us. So 855-33-WAY-FM. If you got a story, we'll take it now. So what's your story?
Well, first of all, that just describes and sums up every single mission trip I've ever been on in my life.
That's very true. I agree with you 100%.
But, I'm actually the cancer story. Right now I'm taking the exit to go see my surgeon to talk about the plan for my second round of breast cancer. So I just got re-diagnosed last week. And, I've gone through so many questions about, okay, Lord, what's going on here? We did everything we were supposed to do the first time, and it's back. I had a 95% chance, and here we are again.
Oh, man.
And, I just got this news of an abnormal, test, 3 weeks ago. But already in that time, he has made it abundantly clear to me that my diagnosis is far less about me, and it's more or less about spreading his goodness and his greatness, because he has already created so many divine appointments in the past few weeks. This is not about me. It's about him.
This is what I've always experienced and seen with a lot of people that are fighting cancer. They have this different perspective, especially believers. They have this different perspective where everyone would give you a pass on being angry, frustrated, scared,
Yes.
But the fact that you choose to not buy into those things and you choose to see God and him working in this and through this is humbling.
Oh, I got goosebumps just now. My mom's like, how are you not anxious? How are you not? I said, Mom, it's Jesus. I wish you would know him like I do.
Christy, I think too that when you're in a situation like this, God gives you the grace you need when you face it. I think a lot of us live in fear of a cancer diagnosis, and that can lead us into anxiety or depression, things like that.
Yes.
But the true realistic expectation of it is, if that diagnosis ever comes, clearly you're a perfect example of that God will give you the grace that you need to get through that moment when you need it.
100%. He comes in. He's always there. He makes his presence known. He never fails. And it's surrender. It's day-by-day surrender, and that's how you feel his grace. It's surrender in every moment. Sometimes it's every day. Sometimes it's every hour. Sometimes it's minute by minute. But it's surrender, and that grace floods in.
I wish there was more that we could do for her, but there's one thing that we can do, and that's play music that matters, music that makes a difference in people's lives. And as she's heading into that appointment, I can't think of a better song than this. It's Katie Nicole, Have Your Way, because that's a tough prayer to pray, but when you can do that, it seems to kind of help you weather some of the storms that we walk through.
I've crawled through the valley of the shadow of death, and somehow I walked out alive. I've run from my father, I've run back again, time after time after time.
Have you ever experienced that?
I get the opportunity to experience that daily because for the past 20 years, I have worked with people with disabilities. I currently work as a vocational evaluator. My whole career has been about helping people with disabilities get to work. So I get to see people in all kinds of different stages of life, having acquired a disability, having been born with one. But what I have encountered so many times is, and I should clarify, I also have multiple disabilities. So some days I feel like just garbage. Like the last 2 weeks I have been sick. But I go and I see a lot of different people, and sometimes they're just like, I just want to go to work. I just want to be productive. So the days I'm feeling kind of and I don't want to come to my computer and I don't want to work, I remember, hey, well, I met this person over here who has it far worse than me. I can pick up and I can go, and I have the opportunity to work every day.
Well, the funny thing is that everybody has the opportunity to do something good for somebody. You know, we just don't always choose to. And so I love the fact that you are serving people who could use the help, but then you get inspired by them as well. But by the same token, you said you got your own disabilities and your own battles. I'm sure that they are inspired by what you're doing, too. So it kind of feeds each other, which is a great thing. And that's what we need to do.
It is. And I wish that we as people would do that more. I wish we could learn to love on each other and inspire each other.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.